All right, thanks for joining, everybody. We've got head coach Mike Peterson here. If you have a question for him, go ahead and raise your hand. I'll call on you. Spencer Nussbaum, we'll start with you. Go ahead.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
I'm good, Spencer. How are you?
Doing well myself. Obviously, we weren't able to actually watch the game, but I'm curious if you could kind of walk us through what your overall thoughts on the game were, and just in general, like what are the lessons that are coming out of this game for your team?
Yeah, so in general, I thought we played pretty hard, and I thought we played with pretty good pace, which is two of the things that we always want to do. When our pace is good and when our defensive pressure is good, I think we can create some problems, okay? When it's not, we're in trouble, okay? Because again, let's be honest, we're playing three really small perimeter players most of the time, okay? Having said that, those three perimeter players, no matter which combination it is, are all very good basketball players. So we just need to play a style and a tempo that's to our advantage. And when we did that tonight, we were pretty good. I mean, we give up 25 in the first quarter, right? We didn't guard anybody, and they played very well, you know. And then in the second quarter, all of a sudden we're 8 minutes in and they've only scored 8 points, and it looked more like how we want to play. So all of that was good. We turned the ball over just way too much. One of the things that I thought we did tonight was there were we want to play very fast, okay? But there were stretches in the game where we played fast and super loose. We just didn't value the ball. And so we've got to tighten that up. It's hard to win a basketball game when when you turn the ball over 21 times.
Spencer, do you have a follow-up?
Yeah, just because you were talking about defense a little bit, during the introductory press conference, you said, you'd be taking most of the offense and Darius would be taking most of the defense.
Yeah.
I'm curious what the dynamic actually looks like during the game in terms of how your coaching styles are kind of meshing.
He calls the defense. I mean, I told him, don't tell me what you're going to do. Don't ask me what you're going to do. Just do what you do. Right. So, I mean, he and I talk, about it, and he'll run stuff by me. But for the most part, he decides when we press, he decides when we trap, he decides how we guard ball screens, all of that. Right. So, yeah, he's in charge of that. Now, occasionally, I'll stick my nose in there. Like tonight, I wanted to trap Charles a little bit, so we did that. But I mean, the dynamic is Darius runs the defense, and you couldn't see it tonight, but when there's a timeout, he's first man in. He's in the chair. The first part of the timeout, he's in there and he talks about defense. And then when he's done, I come in and I talk offense and big picture. Okay. And so I thought it worked fine, but it's not surprising that it worked fine. I've done it that way before with assistant coaches and myself. So yeah, it was okay. It was okay. We got a long ways to go. I mean, I'm happy that we won, but let's be honest, we want to practice. You know what I mean? So, we went 3-0 in scrimmages last year in the bubble. Didn't do us any good, right? So I'm happy we won. I'm happy a lot of players played well, but we got a lot of work to do before we play Connecticut.
All right, looks like that's it. Thank you, Coach.
Beautiful. Thank you.
All right, we've got Odyssey Sims for you here. If you have a question for her, go ahead and raise your hand. I'll call on you. Spencer Nussbaum, we'll start with you. Go ahead, Spencer.
Hey, Odyssey, how you doing?
Good.
Coach Peterson was talking about being in the windmill business a couple of days ago. I was curious if you kind of felt the winds of change coming in this game, and if you could just generally talk about what the last 48 hours have looked like for you.
We can't focus on or worry about what's going on right now. Our biggest focus is to stay together, play together, continue to play hard. I think we have something special with this group that we have as we continue to learn each other and play together and all get on the same page. And on top of that, we're not in shape. So, I mean, we're gonna stay with it. These last 48 hours, it's been okay. Like nothing's changed. I mean, there's been changes, but we can't, like I said, we're not focused on that. We're focused on what we came here to do. We all got a job, and that's what we're gonna do.
Kenya Hurd, go ahead.
Hey, Odyssey, it's Kenya from Made for the W. Congratulations on the win tonight. I was watching on WNBA.com. How did you feel about the momentum for tonight's game? You guys had a really good game tonight.
I think we started off a little slow.
Mhm.
We picked it up. Like I said, it's still training camp, still preseason. We still got to learn each other. But I mean, overall, obviously we're happy. We still got a lot to fix. Like we're not even nearly half as good as we can or could be right now. We're still got a lot of things to clean up. We're still a little rough around the edges, but that's what we're gonna get back. We're gonna practice, and we're just gonna try to clean it up and be ready for the first game.
And sorry, everybody, we got to get out of here. So last question, we'll go to Edwin Powell. Go ahead, Edwin.
Hey, just curious, what are some things that really encouraged you tonight from tonight's first preseason?
I always think about my son, of course. That's my motivation first. But I don't know. This team, like I said, I think this group is special. I wake up every day just happy to be around all my teammates. We have a very outgoing team, and I love it. All the personalities. Like I said, when we gel together, we figure out each other's tendencies. We're going to be really dangerous.
All right. Thanks, Odyssey.
Thank you.